The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Just a reminder one more time that we'll have those tickets for Q101's Twisted Christmas every day this week, right around this time at 8 a.m. if you missed them just a few minutes ago. So be here with us. Something attacking your car, causing $1,300 damage. Up to that, it's rats. Rats in the city of Chicago were number one for rats for 7 years in a row. And when it gets cold out, they like to climb up in your engine when you pull your car up in your driveway and it's warm. And then they climb up in there, and then they nestle in. They make little nests even, and they bite the cables, and it destroys your engine.
They make nests out of your engine parts.
Isn't that unbelievable?
It's like a bougie rat. I'm going to use these expensive wires.
Yeah. Can't go out there and use sticks and grass and mud. Unbelievable. So what this does is it literally causes, especially more and more with cars with all them damn wires and computers in them, that causes up to $1,300 damage to fix that. And it's a big problem around Chicagoland where, I don't know if you ever had this happen to you, but they'll open it up and then they'll either find the skeleton or they get trapped in there sometimes. They die, but it still ruins your engine. I mean, the rat's gone. Pour one out for him, but your engine's screwed.
But your engine's gone.
Yeah, rat's gone. What are you going to do? I can't save every rat.
God.
Can't tell them not to do it. Now, there's something you can do to stop this. You can take this. It's a rat repellent tape that smells like hot chili peppers. And you wrap it up on the cables in your car, and it will repel them from wanting to bite them.
Oh.
So you got to open up the engine.
Red hot chili peppers?
Yeah. You have to open up the... Are you doing this when you get home today? Go buy this tape and put it around the wires in your Jeep?
No, because I park in my garage.
In the garage? Rats can get in garages.
I mean, they're not getting in my garage.
You don't think so?
Because there's not they get in a lot of parking garages because of the in and out.
Yeah.
There's not a bunch of in and out of our, like when I leave in the morning. If the rat makes a sprint for it, if he times it out, she leaves at the same time, 4 a.m.
He leaps in when the garage door's shutting.
Stretching. He's got his elbows by his back. He's like, okay.
It's like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
He's like diving while
He rolls. I'm like, oh my God.
the garage is shutting. His tail gets there. He pulls his tail back through. Made it just before the garage door shut.
Oh.
That's very lucky you have that situation. Because my guys...
Well, it's the suburban life. You don't have a commute to work.
I know.
And you could have rats.
Trade-off.
I commute a very long time and won't have rats.
Yeah, I park outside behind the building, and there are rats. Although we do have feral cats scaring them away. So the feral cats, they patrol the neighborhood.
Yeah, but it gets tougher. In the summer, they're all over it. The feral cats like to also nest. You can get cats inside your hood, too.
Inside the car?
Yeah, because they get cold. So
they get cold, too?
Frat pussy cat.
God. Yeah, those feral cats are a lifesaver because they scare away all those rats. But like you said, I didn't realize they have to go away, too, at some point. It's too damn cold in Chicago.
It's very chilly.
So, yeah, it can cost up to $1,300. So, well, your brother's a mechanic. Does he ever talk about dealing with any of this kind of stuff?
I'm sure he deals with it. He doesn't call me like, "Is what I fixed today." So, I mean, I would imagine he does.
I'd love to hear that story about fighting rats. But, yeah, you can buy this tape at some of your mechanics or stores like CarX, I'm sure. And just the time it would take to wrap that around the wires in the engine, you're just kind of like, ugh. Someone checked in 219. Chipmunks cost me $5,000 on our Toyota Sequoia. Chipmunks got in there and did the same thing, but $5,000 it cost to fix the wires.
Holy crap.
God.
Chipmunks.
Yeah, little chipmunks are so cute, right? Nope. They're not.
Alvin's really, he's fallen off his career.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, every morning around this time, Gil Curtis comes in with your headlines, or at least what he thinks are headlines.
This is not headline news. Today is World Kindness Day. I'll give you a few moments to laugh that one off before we continue. Leonardo DiCaprio turned 49 on Saturday. He had a party with a 20s theme. That's right, every girl in attendance just turned 20. A fight broke out at the Museum of Tolerance in L.A. A fight at the Museum of Tolerance? What's next? Sobriety at the bowling alley? A judge in rapper Young Thug's racketeering trial ruled that song lyrics can be used as evidence. Man, I hope Ricky never has to go to court for losing that number. She'd be doomed. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
And Kenzie on Q101. In the spirit of last week's show, when we had WGN TV's Ben Bradley on in the hilarious situation going on in Dalton with the mayor and using tax funds for her own purposes. Now, of course, that's not hilarious, but her response was in the interview and the investigation of deny till you die when you're lying. And this goes on in Chicago, or it's our series, the Brian and Kenzie continuing series of the corruption in Chicago being number one in the country.
We're just following up on that.
Yeah,
we thought it was interesting.
Yeah, we're going to start there going out there.
We're just keeping tabs.
Yeah.
McGruff over here. You know what I'm saying?
McGruff, the crime. Well, son, we'll go out to Blue Island next, as maybe you've heard this story, but people living in a mobile home park out there in South Suburban Blue Island are calling on the city to keep their water on after the property's management company failed to pay the bill. So this is a huge area with, I don't know, maybe even 100 people living in this mobile home park, and they turn the water off before Thanksgiving, they're saying. And so imagine, you ever had that where your water gets turned off and it's kind of like, you feel like all of a sudden I would never make it in the zombie apocalypse because I can't stand like 5 minutes with my water not being on.
Okay, so I've always been a timely bill payer, and I've had to live. Sometimes I have to live in a more affordable place to make that happen, and sometimes not. So I haven't had my water turned off. You have?
I have, and it was a mistake. It was
It was a mistake.
I forgot to pay the bill, and
But it was just an accident.
It was a little accident. They turned it off, and they turned it right on when I paid the bill. I had to call up, but I was anxiety-ridden. Just not having water. Me.
Anxiety? No.
I know this is shocking to you, as well as you know me. But I mean, even though I had, Coke Zeros in the fridge and some water bottles on the floor, I just, all of a sudden, no water? And I feel so bad for these people down there where they had the water turned off and they're thinking, okay, holidays coming up and all that. The reasoning is that the property management people haven't paid, this is according to the story, a $900,000 water bill, which includes the balance, usage, and late fees. And that's where it's at in this mobile home park. And I don't know, maybe somebody down in the situation knows more if you live in this park or if you're maybe the people in the management company. You can always call out and get both sides at 312-591-8300. But these people are just desperate down there. And now there's a conspiracy theory that this isn't just alleged, that they're doing it. They're doing it so everybody moves out.
That's evil.
Very evil. So then maybe they have better plans for the land or something that they can make a lot of money on.
Some rich person wants to do something with the land.
Probably. Now it's alleged.
Isn't that the story of the world?
Goddamn rich people.
That's how Native Americans felt too.
Yeah.
It's always somebody.
Yeah.
Like, now we feel like having it. Always.
Yeah, they figure out a way to get you out. And that might be the situation here. Again, that's an alleged situation, but
I don't even know how you do that. Like, if the landlord didn't pay, but everybody did, how can you turn? There's got to be some type of legal protection against that. There has to be.
There's a lot of situations, and especially in Chicago with, places like I rent from somebody that owns the 4-flat building I live in, and they're really awesome landlords. And when there's a problem, I text them and they do it. And but there's people out there that are not good landlords and are trying to save money, or maybe they fall behind with another building that had a problem and then they don't pay the bill. I don't know how you let it go to almost $1 million of a water bill. That sounds calculated, right?
It sounds like he just never paid once, like a single time ever.
It gets to $72. Then the next bill, oh crap, I forgot to pay. It's now $170. Okay, I'll pay it now. Well, how do you wait to $1 million?
Well, I will say you're acting like it's one home at a time. I mean, I'm sure the monthly bill is larger for an entire plot of land.
God.
It's not $72 for everybody. So I don't think it would take that long to hit $1 million.
I think it takes a little more than
$72 at a time.
Yeah, got there. They haven't paid the bill since 1974.
Oh, jeez.
No, but I just feel bad for these people down there, what's going on with them. And I always thought that it was illegal to turn the water off in that kind of situation, like you said, to the tenants that have paid their bills. And it's the landlord, he has to take the hit on that. I thought that was the Illinois rule or law. Like your electricity, I don't believe can get turned off if you're way late, but you still have to pay that bill. You're still delinquent, and they can come at you other ways, but they can't.
They can take things, repo things.
I don't know what the law is, but they can't. I saw they can't put you out. And
they can't turn off heat, I think is what it is.
Is that what it is, heat?
So I think electric is where it gets.
Well, a lot of apartments are electric heat.
Right, so it depends. Yeah. I guess it depends because of that. But I think the heat, now if you have electric heat, maybe you look out. You're like, get the lights too. But I know that they can't turn off hot water, I believe, and heat, just because you could like somebody could die.
Yeah.
You know, and where we live, we don't live in, maybe in Florida, maybe that law's not in place. I could see that, where of course you could turn off heat.
Yeah, you're sweaty.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
In the winter, that's like
maybe
70
you can't turn off air conditioning in Florida. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know these laws. But it's unbelievable that this situation that's kind of brewing down there in Blue Island. And I don't know. We're going to dig deeper into this and find out. We'll follow up and maybe get Ben Bradley on it too at WGN or somebody. Somebody's got to help these people.
Ben Bradley, we're going to send him. He's been dealing with a lot, man.
Yeah, Ben actually came on our show. We asked him. He was very nice. It's in the podcast from last week. And then we're going to say, hey, got another one for you. I'm going to go down there to Blue Island and see what's going on with the water bill down there.
Imagine he's a pretty full plate, Ben Bradley, but we will ask him.
Yeah, we're giving him cases to go find.
He's like, that's enough.
Yeah.
He's probably known about this for 6 months. We're like, I don't know if you saw this. It's already in the news.
Yeah.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. This is the final week of God Bless the Gravy with Brian and Kenzie. So donate when you can. This helps out people in the Chicagoland area. Eat over these. We're talking about the Thanksgiving weekend and all that. And we're up to a new total that's pretty nice to say out loud. 13,911 meals you guys, with your donations, have raised for the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Almost 14,000 meals. Think about that. How many people are going to be affected in a positive way of having a meal? And $1 gets 3 meals, right, Kenzie? That's the total. And that $1 they can make into 3 meals.
That's insane.
It really is.
If you think about it, because you can't even get, even at a fast food restaurant now, that is affordable.
Yeah.
$1, like, no more is like a true dollar menu. It doesn't exist. It's like $1.99 with the tax. Like, you can't get anything for $1. I know personally, even our vending machine, a Snickers is $2. A Snickers is $2. Let me tell you something. You gave $2 to the Greater Food Depository, you would have how many?
$2?
Six meals.
Good job.
Almost at 8. I
6
almost got
meals.
excited.
There you go.
Okay. 6 meals.
For that Snickers
For
you were
the
going to
price
eat.
of a Snickers in our vending machine. That's insane.
It's wild. And this final week, again, whatever you can give. We always say if everybody listening right now, we were trying to get to 30,000 meals. If everybody did like $5, just $5. You're not going to get spammed in any way. This goes right to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. And anywhere you can hear us over the radio, and especially when you're on our app or streaming, whatever, the smart speaker, it helps everybody listening because the Greater Chicago Food Depository distributes to 800 food banks around the entire area. For example, shout out to Barbara. She donated $50, and I guess it's her sister, same last name, Amanda, did $105 recently.
Wow.
Right there. That's $155, which is
Powerhouse, baby.
465 meals.
Don't look at me and ask that question.
That was a little tougher, that one was.
Get your eyes away from me.
Laura drove in $26, and also Pablo, 52, Veronica, 52, and Adam from ACDC Closets keeps donating every day or two. $68 he did on this one. Make sure you use him if you have a closet design issue or you just want to update your stuff. He's amazing. He's a one-man show. ACDC Closets. Adam at acdcclosets.com. Hit him up. And that's what the businesses out there, we've told you guys, hey, donate whatever you can to help out. We'll give you plugs. That's what we do. That's how we do it. God Bless the Gravy is at Q101.com. The button's right at the top. Hit it and donate. It's super easy. Anything you can do to help out are your fellow crew members, your family members, your neighbors. That's who you're helping. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Coming up, we'll get to sports at 9 o'clock. Play the best audio of the week you'll hear of Michigan's interim coach at the end of the game after beating Penn State. Basically, FCC violations in his speech, but you have to hear it coming up in sports. First, it's our guy Nate Bargatze from Saturday Night Live 2 weeks ago.
My name is Nate Bargatze. I'm from Tennessee. I'm from the 1900s. I just think you got to say it. Like, the world is so future now, and I feel in the way of it. Hotels are futuristic. Like, you go, like, I remember you take a shower, the shower's enclosed, but now a lot of hotels have half a glass and water gets on the floor. And that's the future. That's what the future, that's what they want. And, I would like a whole glass. They do half a glass because I'm still alive, so they're like, they don't want to hear me going, where's the glass at? So they do half a glass, and then the future, the floors are always wet. Every floor. I mean, I think I'm 44. My daughter's 11. When she's my age, it will be 2057. I don't even believe that's a real year. My movies didn't go that high in fake years. How am I going to talk to someone from 2057? I have more in common with a pilgrim.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
And Kenzie on Q101 and grocery store chains getting rid of self-checkout. Seems very weird and going the opposite direction as we talked
I'm
about.
not surprised.
Why are you not surprised? I'm not telling you why they're doing it, but why are you surprised? I'm curious.
I think everyone steals everything.
So you think it's for stealing?
Yeah,
That's why they're getting rid of
that's
it.
why I thought.
Yeah. That's not why they're getting rid of them.
That should be why.
Well,
Very sticky fingers.
Do you use self-checkout, Kinsey, or do you go to the cashier?
I depends how much stuff I have.
Okay.
So if I have a full cart, I cashier it. But if it's like 3 things, then it's self-checkout.
And that should be the policy. Please don't go full cart self-checkout. That
It's
slows
very
everything
annoying.
down.
There's no counter space.
Yes.
Well, there's a sign there that used to say back in the day, it might still be there, 10 items or less.
Back in the day, not anymore.
No, now
No.
everybody just goes to their full cart because they don't want to deal.
Well,
Society's
they
falling
love it
apart.
because they're like, well, we're just not going to schedule any cashiers. Take the signs down, baby.
Yeah.
So, real quick, as somebody that tries to steal a lot from self-checkout,
You do?
Don't admit that.
they've gotten really good at catching me. Like, there's all these weight sensors and it's harder to steal than ever before.
Well, the camera is on you the whole time.
I know, but now there's like these weight detectors that says, you didn't scan your Hawaiian rolls, put them back. And
Yeah.
it sucks.
We know you love Hawaiian rolls,
You know my fat ass.
especially when you steal them.
I can't believe you steal stuff.
Not big stuff.
What is that? What?
It's like $10 or under.
Everything counts. It's all money then purchased
Okay.
of these foods.
Sorry to the Osco family.
You should be. So it has nothing to do with
People are
that.
losing their jobs, Case.
That's right.
There's going to be some deficit because you're stealing rolls.
Well,
Yeah, no,
or Kenzie's going to pay for it with the potatoes she buys because they raised the price on that because you stole those
Yeah.
those rolls.
Wow.
Now think about
I'm going to
that.
beat you with a bag of potatoes.
There are
You
no.
whore.
There are.
Oh, keep talking, Kenzie.
I
What's
don't want
up?
to pay. I'm tired of paying for your overpriced Mountain Dews. I get the knockoff brand.
Oh, the Mountain Lightning?
Yeah, and you just steal? Very annoying.
Sorry.
I'm over here clipping coupons in cases like, well, I'm going to take the name brand and not pay anything. Very annoying.
The reason they're getting rid of self-checkouts, and it's not every grocery store at this point yet, but there's a chain that's starting to do it, is because feedback from their customers that said they want a more personal touch. And they don't like self-checkout. Whenever they have a problem, it just becomes robotic and uncaring, and they miss the old days, nostalgia, of actually talking to the register person when you're sitting there, the cashier, I should say, when you're rolling in all your food. They go, oh, how's your day going? Good. What's going on? Oh, I love that shirt. Or, ooh, these are really good. These pinto beans, they're amazing. I guess they want that. The feedback from their customers said they want that personal interaction.
What you just did sounds like I would go to the self-checkout immediately.
So I love talking about pinto beans.
I'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah. I mean,
Pinto beans conversation.
I'm sure there's other conversations that go on, but that's what the reasoning is of getting
I
rid of
think people are
self-checkout.
tired. I don't think it has anything to do with the interaction. I think people are tired of doing everything themselves. Like, it's annoying. You're grocery shopped. You're going to pay them all the money. Should be somebody else there bagging and tagging, and instead you're like typing in codes. I'm sweating, trying to find the avocado code. I'm waiting. Like, come on. And then when that happens, there should be some type of in my opinion, if you go to self-checkout, there should be some type of discount, like $1 off.
Because you're doing it yourself?
Well, because you literally, employees get discounts, and you don't even have to have anybody on because I'm doing this. You're doing part of the experience, right?
Part of the experience.
And so it's like, I would love a discount.
I love the idea of the grocery store experience as like a museum.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's my life journey going from aisle 7 to aisle 10 to get my potatoes. And
Well, it's a lot of work. Now
Yeah.
it's like, which is fine, but why am I paying the same as the person who's getting their groceries bagged? Should be incentive, discount.
Yeah. I mean, I'm for it. I'm for
I
groceries
think it's a
coming
great
down.
idea. Much like you running for president, I'm all for it.
What? What do you want me to say? That was my idea. What else? You want me to come up with more ideas?
Well, Kenny's idea of running for president will be running on the platform that I forgot, actually.
Daylight savings.
Daylight savings time. Done. It's over. Forget it.
Discount self-checkout.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.